Good morning, everybody. We're gonna do a little unedited garden stroll this morning. I'm up again nice and early, and wow, this is the only time you can really be out here lately. Yesterday it was triple digits, and there's triple digits as far as the 10-day forecast goes. So we're getting out earlier. Waking up early for me is 7 o'clock, but I know that's probably later for some people. And we have our sensational sunflowers. I just pruned off all the dead. It went through a little bit of shock when I first put it in this pot, but it's definitely coming back, and I think taking off those dead blooms will give it a little extra energy that it needs. And my pond is not currently running because when I water this plant, there must be something going on in here where it's triggering the pump to turn off. So that kind of stinks, yeah. But it'll dry out and I can press the restart button and all is good. I wanted to point out here this bougainvillea. It has rooted into, or out of, I should say, the pot. And it is getting all of its nutrition out of these roots right here. There's roots. And because of the high nitrogen levels in the water, it's just blooming its little head off. All of my other ones are kind of struggling along a little bit. This one has some blooms, but this one is full bloom. So wow, thinking about going and getting another pot because that is pretty incredible. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to water it, which is really nice. And we have our Vitex here that's still blooming. Beautiful purple cone-shaped flowers that the bees love. This is my favorite time in the mornings. Just coming out here, enjoying this amazing yard. It's magical. Our beautiful oak tree, over 300 years old. I know I mentioned it, but she has to be mentioned every time. She deserves it. And someone asked me what was the circumference of the base of the trunk, and I am gonna go ahead, I'm gonna measure that today because I don't know. And I do think that's a really interesting question. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that measured. These are some more variegated bougainvillea that are just doing amazing. I haven't got any flowers, but I love the way it contrasts with the dark of the rusted planter and also the dark deck. So I think I'm kind of have a little theme going here because I stuck these sansevierias out here, and it just helps brighten things up a bit. So yeah, this is looking at the house, the right side of the yard, and these are all my little guys. I'm just trying to keep looking good through the heat, kind of have them all gathered together. I just watered everything down, so everything's looking pretty nice. I usually come through probably twice a week and soak everything down. I'm trying to get everything to root deep, so I'm giving them a good soak, making sure those pots are saturated at the base, not really worrying so much about the leaves. Just go right at the base. This is doing great. This is a holly, and she is just in a barrel and doing wonderful. Can't get anything, y'all. I just can't get things to grow in this garden. I don't know what's wrong with the soil. Everything I put in here dies. So pots it is. Kind of sucks as a gardener, but you know, you have to adjust, I suppose. These are just plants that were in my husband's office. Not all of them, not the cactuses, but he has them out here to just get a little bit of sunlight and water, and boy, they loving it. It looks really pretty over here too on this little table. And then we have our pond. It's doing amazing. All the fish are doing great in here. We've had very little loss compared to the big pond because I don't think that the frogs can get in there and eat my fish. So we're down to 7 in the big pond, and I'm not quite sure what we have in here. I think we have 11, and they're all doing really good except for the little fatty goldfish. that one passed away, so that was really sad. We're gonna stick with comets, sheboykins, and there's no koi in here, but there's sheboykin and comets. They seem to be resilient and easy. And this little loaf of bread is Charlotte. Hi, Charlotte. Good morning. Charlotte is on a diet. She went to the vet yesterday, and she's been placed on a diet. She's a bit overweight. We thought she was still 120 pounds, and she weighed in at a whopping 159 pounds. So we went for a very short walk because she's not able to make it to the park anymore. We're gonna go ahead and get her on a weight loss program and walk a little bit of a different food, some things for her joints, for her pain, and get her on the road to recovery. So, and this, I'm working on a project over here. That's why I have my little gorilla cart. And I saw an idea with the bikes, you know, when people put flowers in the bikes, but I have these really cool little baskets. I haven't had anything to do with them. And, you know, they dry out really fast, so I hate to put them in the yard and in the garden unless I know it's an area where it stays, where I can get to easily to water. So what I'm gonna do is strap these with some zip ties over here to this basket, and I'm gonna place it somewhere where I know I can get to it and water it regularly. It's my daughter's bike. It's cute though. So yeah, this is the back. Our prairie is starting to go a little bit more dormant, although it's doing a lot better than just any of the other gardens or native prairies that I've seen, because these are still blooming. Most of them have gone to seed, but we do have some new fellas here, the wild petunias, which are thriving right now. I let these die off, get brown. It gets a little ugly for a while, but it really ensures that the seeds are gonna drop. And then when I cut the grass back, it'll really drop. And then I'll have lots of seeds for next year. Today I'm gonna harvest the rest of my tomatoes. Make one more batch of yellow salsa, which, wow. It's been so fun to make that. We've probably made 4 batches so far this year. This is my spice pot, and I tried to transplant some rosemary, and as you can see, it didn't like that very much. So I'm gonna wait, and then in the fall I'll probably plant some more spices and stuff, just so I have a place to go grab things. But I really love this pot, and I'm glad I moved it to this space. I think it's really pretty in there. It is so peaceful here today, guys. I hope that resonates through the video. This is some Artemisia. I just gave it a good soaking water, and it looks like it's popping up, but it's starting to splay in the middle here. But it'll be fine. It'll get more foliage on the stems, or I can cut it back, but I'm not gonna do that right now. It's looking really good overall. And right now we just need to just lay low, let things do what they need to do. And then this area here is just succulents. I'm gonna take these little pups out here, right there, and I'm gonna put them in that pot. So I'll have a new little pot without having to buy more plants. Ultimately, my goal is to fill in what I have with what I have. I have a lot of the red yucca up front. I'm gonna propagate and start putting that around and gain some new plants and free. So that's always good. And this is all shade. So I'll try to get my shade plants over here, although this is a Texas Red Star hibiscus. It's doing good, but it is giving me 0 blooms compared to the one that's in sun. That's giving me several blooms. So I think in the fall I may go ahead and transplant that to a better, more sunnier location. All right, so this is just an overview of the yard this morning. I just felt like I wanted to share this with y'all. And I hope y'all aren't getting tired of the same video, but this is where I spend most of my time. And I have a couple of projects coming up that I'm gonna film, and I hope y'all stick around. I hope you subscribe, hang out with me, learn, ask questions, all that good stuff, guys. Thanks a lot for being here. I really appreciate it. And I hope that we can learn some new things in the garden and just do good things. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Y'all have a great day.